Hello, today we are on the floor of my apartment, which can only mean one thing. We're about to do some kind of hands-on activity. Normally, when I make these little, watch me attempt to do a craft DIY sort of thing, I have to have a little disclaimer that I don't know what I'm doing, because I don't. But this time, I actually know what I'm doing. So, for once, I can safely say this should not be a complete failure. Assuming everything goes according to plan, this video should be uploaded on Easter, so happy Easter. So I thought it would be fun if we did an egg-related craft. But we're not going to be dyeing eggs, no. I did not go and buy those little antacid dyes that you drop in the vinegar, then you put your egg in it, draw on it with crayon. Not today. We're not going to dye eggs, we're going to blow eggs. Well, we're gonna blow one egg. I'm gonna do one egg for the video. You might be like, Emily, what is that? I've never heard of that. It is exactly what it sounds like. You take an egg and you essentially blow the insides out of it and then you paint the egg. My grandpa taught me and my cousins how to do this 8 or 9 years ago. So I've done this a few times over the years. I know what I'm doing, technically. So you can use this as instructional and go and blow your own eggs and paint them. It's a lot of fun, trust me. So the supplies you're gonna need. First, you're gonna need an egg. Any egg will do. We're gonna paint it, so any egg to paint. This is our canvas. The next thing you're going to need is a needle. Can you see it? Should I do like beauty gurus where they hold their hands up behind it? You're gonna need a needle. You're also gonna need paint to paint the eggs after we have blown it. I have these washable paints that I bought at the store, and with them came this little paintbrush. So now I own a paintbrush. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take your egg and you're gonna take your needle and you're going to puncture a hole at the top and the bottom of the egg. The hole on the bottom of the egg should be a little bit bigger than the hole at the top of the egg, but they should be pretty small. You also want to shake up the egg a little bit in the hopes of breaking the yolk. My needle that I'm using is pretty small, but this works better if you have a longer needle so that you can put it in the egg and break up the yolk. Okay, I'm gonna do the puncture holes. I would do it up by the camera, but my eyesight is so bad I don't think I'd be able to see what I was doing. So I'll do it here where I can see it and then I'll show you. This is a very flexible needle. I keep pushing it into the egg and it keeps bending. It's not supposed to do that. Okay, I'm having some trouble getting the needle into the egg, so I'm gonna pound it in with the thimble on my hand. This is what I get for saying I know what I'm doing about 2 minutes ago. So as you can see, I have a needle and an egg. So you're going to basically do that a couple of times around that initial hole to make it a little wider. So you're gonna put the needle next to the first hole you made, and then you're gonna push the needle back into the egg. There we go. Can you see it? Can you see the little egg hole I've made? That's our top one. So this is the smaller of the two. The bottom one is going to be a little bit bigger. And there we go. There's our hole at the bottom of the egg. Let's see. Let me show them one after the other, and then I'll do a little split screen when I'm editing so you can see them side by side. And already the egg is starting to leak out, which is good. That's what you want. So good thing I grabbed a napkin earlier. I'm going to hold my egg gently in this napkin because its insides are leaking onto my hand. Okay, so this next step I'm not going to show because I think it's gross and I'm not putting a video of myself doing that on the internet. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to the sink and you're going to take the egg and you're going to hold it up to your mouth, the small end by your mouth, and you're going to blow. You're going to blow air into the egg, and it should knock the yolk and the white of the egg out the bottom hole. But I'm going to go do that into the sink, and if you're like, Emily, you're wasting the insides of an egg. Well, I'm okay with that, but if you're not, then you can technically do this into a bowl or skillet and then cook the egg if you want. I'm not going to do that. but you're welcome to. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go blow out the insides of the egg. Wish me luck. Here we have it, a hollowed out egg. Yeah, so blowing the egg is definitely the hardest part. It took me about 4 minutes, I think, to get the egg completely emptied out. So don't get discouraged if it's taking you a little bit. Once you can, like, blow into the egg and no egg bits come out the bottom, you're ready for the next part. And now we get to the fun part, which is painting the egg. I think I am going to paint my egg light blue. And then I think I'll maybe do a flower on one side and maybe a rabbit on the other because of Easter. I don't know if I can freehand paint a rabbit. I might just do 2 flowers. We'll see. All right, I'm gonna paint it this light blue. That's what I'm going for my egg. Gonna dip my paintbrush in the paint. I'm just gonna paint her on. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, there's the train. Can you hear it? I freaking love trains. Like, if I could only travel by train, I would. Europeans, you're so damn lucky with your trains. The rest of the world, like, I feel like European countries and Asian countries have a lot of trains and a lot of, like, really good high-speed trains. We don't have that in America. I wish we did. And not to blame everything on capitalism, but I feel like it's because of, like, the car industry. I could be totally wrong in that, but... Okay, I've painted the first coat blue. It's kind of streaky, but I actually kind of like it, and I think I will probably do a second coat, and I don't know if it'll go away. Also, like, I didn't really think this through, obviously. When do I ever think videos through? But, like, I've painted the whole thing blue. I am holding it. There are, like, gaps where I was holding it, and for it to dry, I'm going to have to set it down. So it's going to get, like, schmutz on the napkin that I'm going to set it on, and that'll, like, mess up the egg. But it's endearing. I'll just set it down to dry and hope for the best. Okay, so I'm going to wash my hand and this paintbrush while the egg dries from this first background coat. Off camera, I did a second coat of the blue. And it is mostly dry. The back's a little fudged up from being on the paper towel to dry. But for the most part, it's dry. So I'm going to go ahead and paint a flower on it. I know I said that I was probably going to paint like a bunny on one side and a flower on the other. I don't trust my ability to freehand a rabbit. So I'm just going to do a flower on one of the sides. I think I'm going to do this pink, and I'm going to do... Shoot! I'm going to do this purple. And then I'll probably use this green for like an outline, maybe? I don't know, but the center of my flower is going to be pink and the leaves are going to be purple. So first things first, got to paint the center. I've got my paintbrush and my egg. Circle. I can do that. I can do a circle. Oh, got schmutz on my hand. Guess it wasn't as dry as I thought. There we go. Got our little center of the flower painted on. Time for the purple petals. Those little why am I holding it like that? Okay, so never mind whatever my hand is doing. The 5 little purple dots are going to be like where the petals are. I think we have like 1.5 petals done. That's fun. I feel like compared to the center of the flower, the petals are very, very small. I'm not totally sure what to do about that. Just learn to live with it, I guess. I remember there was this picture book in elementary school that they read us in library class, and I feel like maybe the illustrator of the book or the author came to our school. I might be making that up. But it was about this, like, lady. I think it was about, like, this little old Russian lady who taught a girl how to, like, do like or maybe she was Ukrainian. I don't know. Taught Eastern European woman taught this girl and like the other neighborhood kids like how to paint eggs and how to like do like the wax painting on eggs to dye them and stuff. And I think she also would like cook for them. Like, yeah. And I tried Googling it earlier before I filmed this video because I remembered that book and I was like, what was that book called? And the book that came up, that it was like, when I Googled just like Russian lady teaches children how to paint eggs, the book that came up was not that book. The cover of the book that came up when I Googled it had like a basket with eggs in it, and that was not the book. I read the little blurb and I was like, no, that's the wrong thing. I can't remember the name of this book. But I remember they like read it to us a lot in library class. All the books that they read us in elementary school library, we like rarely finished the books we read in library class. Like we would start reading them and then we like never finished them. I think the only book we ever read that we finished was Babe, about the pig. We never finished any of the other books. We read a book about this girl that had polio in the hospital. And we never finished that. And I have no clue what the book was called, so I can't find it. And we read this book about this kid that, like, gets in trouble with his school or with the law. So, like, for community service, he goes and works on this farm. And there's, like, a horse that's born on the farm. And he, like, helps take care of it. We never finished that book either, and I can't remember what it's called, so I can't, like, find it to go finish it. Yeah. And I've tried Googling. Like, don't think I haven't tried Googling my little memories of these books. All of my searches, I come up empty-handed. So, it's not for lack of trying. Look! We've got a little flower on it. Isn't that fun? Flower power, baby. I think I'll maybe here, let me try. I think I'm gonna do a vine, like, snaking through the flower with, like, little leaves on it. I think that will be fun. Let's see. These are my green options. I have this bright green and this, like, neutral green. I think I'm gonna go with the bright green. I think that will contrast nicely with the kind of darker purple and pink I've got going on. Oh my gosh, it's the Easter season, and you know what I have not had? A Cadbury egg. At the time that I'm filming this, I've yet to have a little Cadbury Creme Egg. I'll have to do that the next time I'm at the store. I'll have to pick one up. There's one side, there's the other. Here it is front facing. My little vine that runs through the flower. Should I do the little leaves in the same green? Or should I do a different green? I think I'm going to do the same green for the little leaves that I'm going to have kind of stick off of the vine. Look, there are my little leaves on my flower vine. And now I'm going to do the other side. Ah, my egg is done. Look at that little flower with a vine. Ain't she purty? Look at that. I painted this with my own two hands. The back is kind of messy. I did not go for that cross stitch rule. You know, with cross stitch, you're supposed to try and make the back look as neat as the front. Didn't follow that rule. Look at that. I am aware that, like, the flower I have drawn is how, like, a 5-year-old draws a flower. Look, I learned how to draw a flower in, like, preschool, and I never changed my technique. On paper, I remember in, like, 4th or 5th grade, I started drawing my flowers where they're, like, pointed, like the petals are pointed at the end. I thought I was hot shit for being able to do that, but I didn't think I'd be able to accurately do that on an egg, so we just got standard little 5-petal flower with a little vine going through. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this. This is the first time I've done this in a few years. I think maybe like my sophomore or junior year of high school was the last time I like blew an egg and painted it. So it's been a while, so this was really fun for me to do again. And hopefully you've learned something along the way. Hopefully you can leave this video with a rough idea of how to blow your own egg and paint it. And it's really fun, so I recommend people do that. But yeah, go make your own blown egg. No! Son of a bitch! I dropped it! No! I got too cocky. Being like, oh, this worked. I didn't mess it up. So now I'm gonna go wash my paintbrush and fix that. Oh my god. This is why we can't have nice things. I'm gonna fix the center circle first and then fix the petal. Oh my god. I cannot believe I did that. That's what I get for being cocky and being like, ha ha ha, I did a good job. Okay, I've fixed the center of the... No! Oh my god. I placed it down on the napkin and it started to roll. Why is the world against me in like the 11th hour of painting this egg? Oh my god. Okay, so now I'm gonna fix the petal. Well, let me investigate the vine. The vine's pretty good. It's a little fudged up. But I don't think it's too bad. Okay. There, I fixed it. Do not roll. Now I'm gonna go wash this and touch up the vine that got a little schmutzed, a little messed up. Whew. Oh my god. So close to actually being done with this egg. Oh, you know it's getting serious because I'm just mouth breathing at this point, not even using my nose, just open mouth breathing. That's how you know the concentration is laser focus. Okay. I'm out of breath because I like held my breath the whole time I did that. Anyone else do that when they're like working on something and they're like doing detail work, they just hold their breath? Look. Here she is in all her glory. Look at that. Now, fingers crossed I do not fudge things up again. Completed blown egg. So there's that. I had a lot of fun doing this. And I hope that if you decide to do this yourself, that you also have fun, because I think it's a fun activity to do. That's a little fun project that you can do on Easter or any time, because eggs and paint are sold year-round. Happy Easter.
Eggs. When I wake up, first thing I do. Eggs.
I don't think you could even see in the whole video because the chain was too long, but I wore this necklace. I wear this necklace once a year. It is an egg. It is an egg necklace. This was a gift from a family member, I think, one year when I was a kid. It was like an Easter present. But not only is it an egg necklace, oh, you're not even ready for this. It's an egg locket.